Ba. What's up, everybody? Prinze and the Wolf.
Prinze and the Wolf.
Wolf and the Prince. Josh Wolf.
Freddie Prinze.
Hey, you know what I think, man? Seeing as how this is the New Year episode, first of all, they deserve a freestyle.
Oh.
Don't you think so?
A New Year's freestyle.
Yeah, and you know, today, guys, we're going to recap this last year. We're going to look forward to the next year.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And
That was a New Year's burp.
Yep.
Nice,
You bet it tasted like last year's burger.
You're so gross, bro. I hate it, man. I hate laughing at stuff that I don't like.
Yeah, but you do it all the time on this with me.
That's the truth.
Yeah. So do you want to... You want to hit me with a little?
You mean to lay one down?
So you want to hear a little Cincinnati Kid first?
Yeah. It sets the bar nice and low. Trying to find a beat. I'm trying, dude.
Okay. Let me see if I can find a beat.
Okay.
I'm about to pass out. That's too fast.
That was fast?
Yeah.
What do you mean that was fast?
That's a lot of breath, man. I'm losing this. I started seeing stars and stuff. I was spinning and shit.
The Cincinnati Kid needs to take his beatboxing career seriously. He needs to train the voice. You think Verbal Ace is out there just smoking cigarettes and eating Cheetos? No, he's probably doing laps in a pool or jogging and doing his thing so his beatbox skills stay top shelf.
By the way,
he's like the Bruce Lee of beatbox.
Speaking of laps in the pool, you remember that, the great Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
You know that scene in Mission Impossible where he swam underwater for 5 minutes?
Sure.
He trained himself to hold his breath for 5 minutes.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
This is just what producers say.
No, it wasn't the movies. There's no cuts.
No,
it's one long shot.
It's like when What's-His-Face was like, oh, yeah, we were going to get Jet Li for The Matrix, but Keanu was so good that Jet didn't want to do that. And then Jet Li was like, dude, I will kill you. You did not offer me that movie. That's some bullshit. And they were like, oh, well, we didn't mean it like that. That's just what producers say.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise really did hold his breath underwater for 5 minutes in a suit.
No, this is just
and
promotion
swam.
crap like with Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron. They had to change the cameras and how we filmed it because she's so fast.
Yeah.
No, she's not. She's just an actress from South Africa.
But you know who's...
She doesn't know how to fight, bro.
You know who's fast? Tom Cruise underwater for 5 minutes in a suit. Nobody runs like Tom Cruise in a suit. Nobody swims underwater like Tom Cruise in a suit.
I'll give you the nobody runs like Tom Cruise in a suit.
Come on.
Because it always looks like he's running for his life.
Yeah, my man is going.
Yeah.
He's got those little arms and legs pumping.
They go fast.
Yeah.
He looks like John Stockton on a fast break.
Oh, it's so fun. You know what? I love seeing tiny little guys like that sprint.
Stop. Don't call him a tiny little guy. It's disrespectful.
Why? He's a little fella.
Do you think he wants you to call him a little fella?
You don't think...
You made it worse on purpose, by the way. He don't want to hear that. I thought you loved Tom Cruise.
You know how much I like Tom Cruise, but you don't think he knows when he stands on an apple box to kiss a girl in a scene?
Stop.
That he doesn't know?
That's cold. That's next level cold.
But when he puts his heels on... When he does a scene with somebody who's 5'8", and he puts his heels
on 1 foot at a time,
there he goes.
Just like you and I.
This is all the right moves, man. Now, he's not in a suit.
But he still runs the same.
Yeah.
Oh, this is just Tom Cruise running.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, War of the Worlds. You know what else? He runs in every movie. But he always has that really stupid look on his face when he runs. But look at him go with those tiny little legs.
Hey, he ain't never been caught.
No, he hasn't.
Right now.
But look at him. You know what? Here's what I like. Here's what I like about these.
The arms pump.
Oh, they pump.
It's like watching a locomotive at full speed.
Yeah, this is a good scene. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one. This is his best one. This is a Mission Impossible with the dust storm behind him. Look at that little...
Now, at this point in his career, I can see and I know I've seen the movie. He changed his running style after like Top Gun. He went from hands closed, right, to the Carl Lewis hands open, a more aerodynamic run when he became like the spy. That's a big thing in Tom Cruise's career.
Yeah, but
what movie was the switch made? We don't know.
You know what? That's a really good question.
Because Tom Cruise, it's hands closed.
Yep.
But then post that, I feel like it's hands closed in Days of Thunder when he races Robert Duvall at the end. Those are hands closed. And then one day, I think Mission Impossible was the first time where he opened it up to get that extra boost.
Let me tell you why it's so impressive.
Hands closed.
Yep.
In the firm, hands closed.
I'll tell you why it's so impressive. What's so impressive is that, like, he has childbearing hips. He's kind of got like a big, thigh.
He ran down Jeannie Triplehorn in like 3 seconds flat.
My man goes. He still makes it look good. Tom Cruise in a suit. You know the only person I would say that rivals him?
Running?
Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig in a suit, not terrible.
I feel like Daniel Craig. Oh, this sucks to say James Bond would beat Ethan Hunt in a foot race, but I feel like James Bond would beat Ethan Hunt.
I want to ask you this.
If they raced.
Fist fight. No, just all-out war. Like, I have to go assassinate this dude. Bond versus Ethan Hunt. Oh! Bro. Okay, let's go over this, because here's a couple things. Because, well, they both have...
Someone has to take the L. I don't know if I want to be responsible for this
Seagal. Seagal, effortless.
That's one of the worst runs ever.
He runs it.
He does like the Christopher Walken Wayne's World 2.
Yeah.
If you ever seen Wayne's World 2, there's a scene where they're spying on Tia Carrera, Wayne's girlfriend.
Why does he run like this?
Because he thinks he's cheating on her. And Christopher Walken runs him down, and he literally does this exact same run. It's like a musical theater run.
He runs like he's scared of bees. You know what I mean? He's like,
like they're swarming him at all times.
And his arms are super limp. You know what it's like? It's like Revenge of the Nerds and LeVar with his limp-wristed throwing style.
Yeah, but he
killed it.
Chucked that javelin, bro.
All right, let's get back to this.
Ethan Hunt.
We're getting off the New Year's for a second.
Bond.
Ethan Hunt. Let's go
this
pros.
Is very New Year's Eve-ish.
Okay, so let's go in favor of, if we go check boxes.
Yeah.
And which Bond are we talking about? Because to me, hand-to-hand combat, Daniel Craig, best Bond ever.
Oh, let's not compare Bonds. We're comparing Daniel Craig's Bond to Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt.
Okay.
Stay on target.
Okay. Fist fight. I got to give that.
It's just a fight. We're not saying it's just fists. It's just a full-on fight to the death.
I got to give that to Daniel Craig.
Are you sure it's not just because you saw that staircase scene in the James
Casino
Bond movie?
Royale?
Yeah, where he's fighting the two African
How real is that? That is a great scene.
But if that's the only precedent, then I think you're forgetting a lot of Ethan Hunt stuff.
I mean, is that Batista he's fighting?
I don't think Batista was in one. Oh, that is Batista. There you go. Oh, yeah, that was from the last one.
Yeah.
That was from the last one.
I mean...
But we can't just be referring to a screen the whole time, Gage, as much as I love you.
Yes.
Because it makes Josh watch the movie, this is a fucking podcast.
Tell me a question. Tell me an answer. Do you think, because I can't remember any in Mission Impossibles where Ethan Hunt is really engaged in a strong hand-to-hand, dirty fight like Daniel Craig is.
Well, he has been. He had to fight Dougray Scott. Remember Dougray Scott? That's a tough name to sell.
Which Mission Impossible?
That was the one where they first started doing the masks. John Woo's, I think it was.
Oh, yeah, with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That might have been one right after I'm talking about the one.
To me, that was the best one, by the way.
All the masks?
The Philip Seymour Hoffman one.
Oh, the Philip Seymour Hoffman one was better, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was such a good... When you have an actor of that quality, and he just has that one speech where he had that great voice where he's like, I'm going to hurt you.
Yes.
I'm going to hurt your family. And he had that... I don't know how he did that voice thing, but he was money. And he was so calm.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the thing. He was so fucking calm. But fist fight, you're going Ethan Hunt?
I didn't say I'm going Ethan Hunt.
I'm going to defer to you on this
I didn't say I'm going Ethan Hunt. I'm saying just don't sleep on it. You just haven't seen his fights as recently as you've seen the Bond fight. I think that's what's slowing you down. So Ethan Hunt is one of those dudes who's relentless.
Yeah.
He's never going to stop coming.
Yep.
He takes a licking and keeps up. So does Bond, but I think Ethan Hunt takes a little bit more of a licking. I will say this. Bond cheats death on the daily.
Yep.
Ethan Hunt, it seems like, is on break a lot until they give him this mission, right? Like, he's always just kind of like chilling and comfortable. Both guys are fast. Daniel Craig, James Bond, bigger and taller than Ethan Hunt.
Taller? Is that what you're saying? He's taller?
He is taller, but I ain't call him a little fella, bro. I'm not like...
Everybody's taller.
I'm not like this British agent versus this little dude over here.
This little guy.
That's
my little buddy.
So
he should just have a shirt that says little buddy.
Stop it. Well, then he loses automatically. But I think I got to go. I don't like going against my countrymen, right? I want to pick the American. But I feel like Daniel Craig wins. But I will say this. Daniel Craig is the only James Bond that could whip Ethan Hunt's ass. Pierce Brosnan wouldn't last 60 seconds against Ethan Hunt.
Agreed.
Sean Connery would be a tough son of a bitch, but he was way older.
Yeah.
Ethan Hunt would outmaneuver and speed him.
Agreed.
Roger Moore wouldn't even show up to the fight. He'd be too scared.
And who's that? Whoever that other guy is who did the
Timothy Dalton did 3. He'd be tough, but he's got no chance of winning that fight, Timothy Dalton.
Yeah.
And he would brood about the loss for years and years and just do Shakespeare. And the very first guy, I think his name was George Lazaris or something like that. George Lazar. He was just a model. A model can't fight.
Yeah.
A model get the hell kicked out of him. So only the Daniel Craig James Bond could defeat the mighty Ethan Hunt.
I agree with that 100%. Now, I will tell you this. The one thing that I think Ethan Hunt has over Daniel Craig.
Speed.
In different aspects. Forget just the fight.
I just mean running.
Oh, yeah. Speed for sure. Daniel Craig is more of a blunt instrument.
He is. He's like a bull in a China shop.
Right. And so I think in some of these things.
Ethan's more like a surgeon.
He's going to finesse it. Some of these plans that they set up, like when they kidnap Philip Seymour Hoffman.
And Ethan has friends. Don't forget.
Yeah.
James Bond has no friends.
He's got a team behind him.
He's got Ving Rhames.
I think if you're sending somebody in to do the dirty work, it's Bond. But you need to set up a plan to maybe steal something or capture somebody. That to me seems like
that's more Ethan
Don't
Hunt.
You feel like that?
Yeah. He's an acquirer of shit.
Yes.
We need that shit. I will go get it.
Yes.
Whereas Bond is more like, hey, we need some of that shit, but you're going to have to kill people too. And he's like, I got it.
I'm in on that.
Yeah. That's why I think Ethan Hunt loses that fight.
Yep. But in a grand, like if you needed a grand plan, I think Ethan Hunt's your dude.
I think Bond would see him coming, though. Bond's always like, you know what I mean? He's checking us 6 all the time. I don't know if Hunt could sneak up on him.
He's got like 5 guys. Ving Rhames is going to tell him he's got the meats.
Man, I've seen an entire embassy go out. You know what we should have done? It should have been James Bond versus Jason Bourne. That's what the fight should have been.
Okay.
Because that is a pick'em. That's just who do you like more, USA or the UK? Like that, you almost have to be a nationalist on this one.
I will tell you, it seems like Bourne is for sure better with like a rifle with a scope.
But we're talking fight.
No, just a fist fight.
Like a fight to the death, man. It's not like sniping and scoping. It's 2 dudes, mano a mano, like the stairwell fight in Casino Royale. That's tough, bro, because Jason Bourne and using his environment and finding a fire hose or a newspaper or whatever he needs, I've never seen James Bond do that at that level, not even close to that level. Jason Bourne might take him.
I think in a ring, I take Bond. In an apartment, I take Bourne. You know what I mean? That dude's going to hit, he's going to crown you with a fucking dictionary right over the head. Bap! Bap! Dude, when he put that book in front of that dude's face and punched the book a couple times, I was like, get the fuck, hit him with the book, man.
Dude, Jason Bourne's no.
Wow.
I'm telling you. And his kung fu, his martial arts without things is sick too. You seen them cops try to take him down in Germany and he's like, whip, 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 whip.
Yep.
And those guys are done. That was 2 against 1.
That's interesting. But I think,
telling you, bro, I think Bourne wins it.
I think so too. But
that's not me just being a homer. I think Bourne wins that fight.
Is there one more? Are there any more spies that we're missing? I don't
spies
think.
Like
spies
us.
like us. I take Chevy Chase
over Dan Aykroyd. Who would win that fight?
Oh,
no way, dude. He'd be like, "Ow," and just leave. He'd be like, "I don't want to fight."
You think Chevy Chase beats up Dan Aykroyd?
No, Dan Aykroyd would hit Chevy once, and Chevy would be like, "That hurt," and just leave.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way, bro. Chevy Chase does not have a chin, and he does not like getting hit. He used to get mad at Howard Stern for calling him like 5 in the morning and talking trash on his radio show. Pat, do you remember this?
No.
Dude, Howard Stern used to call Chevy on the West Coast.
Come on.
At like 5 a.m. And Chevy's wife would answer, and Howard would be like, "Yo, why's your husband such a dick?" And eventually you'd hear Chevy. I don't know if it's a gimmick. It didn't seem. And Chevy would be like, "I told you not to answer the phone. You know." You just hear him yelling in the background, dude. He can't even take verbal shots. He don't want to take no heat.
Chevy Chase, who knew that like he was such a low-key dick?
A lot of people say, I never met the guy, but I've never heard anyone say he's
a good thing about it.
Nice.
I've never heard any. It's so depressing. I've never heard anyone.
I'm sure there are. I'm sure there's people that really dig him. He's been nice to. I just haven't met them.
Not a person.
And I hosted SNL.
Yeah, not a. Did you watch Eddie Murphy?
My wife and I were going to watch it last night. We were both exhausted, so I'm going to watch it tonight. I'll have seen it by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah.
But I heard it was great. And
Yeah,
it was
I
the
can't
kind
wait.
of Eddie that people wanted, as opposed to the one where he was like a part of the whatever anniversary it was.
Yeah.
And people were left kind of hollow and empty. I heard he goes all in on this one, so I'm excited. Man. You
can't
know
wait.
how much a nerd I am for Eddie Murphy.
Me too, man.
Come on, man.
Me too. When he tours, you and I are gonna go see that show.
Bro, are we? You know we are.
100%.
Dude, I love seeing stand-up, and I rarely go. Like, the last few times I've gone, I snuck with this old producer from Conan to the Ice House, and I've gotten to see some good, like, young comics. But I never go to see headliners, really, anymore.
Freddie.
I just go to see, like, the up-and-comers. Like with wrestling, I go to the indie show because I like to see the up-and-comers.
Come on a Tuesday night to the Comedy Store. It is,
Is it new people or big dogs like you?
it's bigger than me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, headliners are cool, but sometimes I like to see, like, the newbies, you know? The headliners I can see on TV most of the time.
Yeah, but these dudes on a Tuesday night at the Comedy Store, it is Murderer's Row.
Dude, give me some names. Give me some names.
On one
I
night?
think I've seen Tony Rock there, right?
Sure. The other...
Have you heard his widest? I saw the widest thing I've ever seen bit.
No. Mama, I can't wait to see it. Dude, last Tuesday...
It's so dead on.
Last Tuesday, it was Burr,
Oh my God.
Rogan, Segura.
Oh my God.
Wait, who was the fourth one
Dude,
on the...
and Segura, his wife's getting ready to have a baby, and so a lot of his bit right now is dealing with his pregnant
Yo,
wife. He's killing her.
Tom Segura is legit
He used to be a music teacher
hysterical.
in New York, I think. And then eventually, oh no, that's Alexandro. That's Ted
Yeah.
Alexandro was the music teacher. Yeah.
Tom Segura is legit. And one thing I just found out today, he's going to start doing full shows in Spanish.
What? That's sick. Especially here in LA, he'll kill.
He's going to start doing full podcasts in Spanish.
What a stud, bro.
It's genius.
What a stud.
Genius. Let's talk about 2019 and 2020. Well, 2019, man, for me, was a good year.
It was a good year.
Professionally, a good year.
Professionally.
If you know what, and I learned a lot about myself on stage. And I'm going to take a lot of this shit that I found this year. And you know the one thing I found the most this year was just to embrace the stupid and the weird and all the stuff that I like that I just ran away from a little bit before. I'm in.
He's all in.
But
And he's burping.
I'm burping. Ugh.
I'm trying to give you some, like, you know, music in the
I
back.
know it's very festive.
Almost like a
It's Dean
beat.
Martin.
You're like a beat poet.
Oh,
I'm
hit me
trying
with-
to be your background.
But we didn't do the rap.
Oh, we never even did the rap.
me.
That's
Hit me.
pretty much how we roll.
Hit me, hit me.
That was 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly 20 minutes. Here, hit me.
All right, are you
Ready? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were trying to do Cincinnati Kid and you ran out of breath in like 9 seconds.
Yeah.
It ain't easy.
Nailed it.
All right, dude, I'll give you a beat. You don't like the fast ones.
No, I need a slow one.
Okay.
All right, here we go. That's right, I'm back. Prince and the Wolf giving you some cheer. Here we are, my friends, wishing you a happy new year. 2020 coming up fast, so get up off of your ass. Go make that green, then come see me, give it to me. I need some money, give it to me, honey.
Need some money.
I don't know.
You had a good year last year. I saw your YouTube channel.
Yeah, but I still need more money.
Well, that was underwhelming.
I was flowing, man.
You were flowing, but you just went right to money.
Yeah, but I said
ran
green, and then I went me, and I'm so sorry.
Green would take you to money. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I said green. I said
All right, it was my fault again.
Yeah.
It's my
But do you want to do a rap? Ready? I'll rap.
No.
Ready? Hold on.
I cannot rap. Oh, well, that I can rap. Anybody can rap to that. I don't know you're going to make it that easy.
Yeah, man, I'll make it. Have you? Did you, by the way, see any movies this holiday season that you thoroughly enjoyed?
I have 2 kids.
Yeah. Frozen.
So if you want to talk about Frozen 2 or
Saw it.
Jumanji 2.
How was Jumanji 2?
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. Kids dug it.
How are The Rock's biceps?
Beautiful.
They're pretty good.
I mean, how much time do we have?
I mean,
Let me tell you something. I follow a lot of bodybuilders on Instagram, and that may seem weird to some of you people,
Yeah.
men and women, but they're able to do something that I've never been able to do, and I just kind of wish I could.
Yeah.
So I'd really trip out, and I love seeing people take their bodies to these like massive superhero levels. And The Rock is humongous.
yeah, he's a ginormous man.
Absolutely humongous.
I never knew that I wanted veins in my thighs.
I don't see movies. I play video games.
Yeah.
And I play table. And that's what my year was, man. I can't talk about the movies, but last year brought 2 great games into my life. One, and we talked about this for a long time, Red Dead Redemption 2.
You love it.
Jeff Dye, another stand-up comic that Josh and I love, does like 8 minutes on the game. I'm not going to waste your time trying to tell you what it's about because the way he tells it is so much better. So please follow him on Instagram and check out, and just type in Jeff Dye Red Dead Redemption, and you will laugh your ass off. But that game was so special and unique and so hard to pull off. They're never going to be able to pull off a multiplayer with it because it's just not that vibe, even though they're still trying. But the storyline was beautiful and wonderful.
Your review of the show, of that game made me want to go get it.
Because it's like watching a movie, only you're in the movie.
Yeah.
And there's no director saying that take sucked. You're the director. So it was just an amazing experience. And the other one is a completely different game, and it was called The Sea of Thieves. And you're a pirate. When the game starts, you're a pirate in a bar, and no one tells you anything. You walk out, there's a boat. No one tells you how to sail it. There are 3 different people you can get quests from. No one tells you where to go. And you just go.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite. And they described the game as, we created a world and our players are the content. And that made some people mad because they want storylines to follow. And listening to their audience, they started adding these stories called tall tales, which are these pirate legend stories that you get to be a part of. And some of them were about following constellations in the sky with this enchanted telescope, and it would lead you to another island. One of them was straight out of Goonies, and you're trying to find treasure, and there were booby traps and axes swinging and all this. And I fell in love with it so much. I still play it. They've released an RPG, a role-playing game for tabletop, kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, only you're pirates. And this year, I am already getting some stuff built, and I'm going to actually GM my first games on the stream. I've never GM'd. I've only had other people be our dungeon master or our game master. And I'm going to be the narrator and the storyteller on this one. And I'm going to invite you. I would love to have a table of all comics.
That's awesome.
Being pirates. And I'll host the game and send you on these pirate adventures. And it's okay if you die, you come back, you just lose one of your legendary dice. And the system's real easy. It's either success or failure. And I don't have to do any rolls myself. You guys control it. And their dice system is basically a problem level, which would say a level 2, which would mean you need 2 victories, and a round level, which in this case would be 4 rounds because that's easy. So you only have to roll 2 victories in 4 turns. If you don't, then something bad happens to you. And you get to sort of pick one of 3 things. Did I get injured? Did I lose something, this or that? And I just kind of help shape and tell the story, but it's really all up to you guys to do whatever you want to do, and I just react to it. I just kind of like help you guys go, hey, the treasure's on this island.
Yeah.
I'm getting ships built, so we'll have actual like pirate ships that look like the ones from the game. I'm getting pirate minis built. We're getting a table that'll be wrapped with a nautical map so you can kind of sail where you want to sail and actually see where you're going. I'm really excited to do it, and I would love for you.
Fuck yeah.
I'll grab some other comics too. I'll make Kelsey come in because she made me eat mayo. And
You're welcome.
You're such a jerk. By the way, worst part of last year?
Eating mayo?
Doing Wrists of Fury. Deal with that, Kelsey Cook Comedy. You guys should follow her. Her show's really funny.
Yeah.
Screw you for making me do that show. Screw Kelsey Cook. I hope that girl Jamie beats you in the next tournament, Kelsey.
Whoa!
Yeah. I also dreamt about making foosball watchable sport. We discussed that.
Yeah.
And how to make it good.
I have some ideas for that too.
Yeah, I think we should pursue that in the new year.
I find when things are boring, you don't have to get rid of them. There's a couple things you can do. One, and it's I like adding weed. When you make people super high.
We'll lose some sponsors on that professional foosball.
Yeah.
But no one will care.
But
That's the good part.
you just gained Slim Jim as a sponsor.
There you go. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. How sweet is that shirt?
You got me a Macho Man shirt. It is not too big. And I will have to take a photo of it very soon.
Let me tell you, that shirt is, if you want...
I should cut a Macho Man promo on you
I'm
with
telling
the
you,
shirt.
that shirt, if you look at some of his promos, he's wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, double thank you. Don't brag, bro.
Yeah.
Don't brag. It's because you got me a great gift.
I'm telling you right
and
now.
I didn't get you shit.
But the Ninja Bread Man is better than that. Ninja Bread Man is the best thing that's ever...
They're pretty cool.
They're pretty great. Are you... Are you like a New Year's Eve? To me, New Year's Eve parties are the most overrated parties ever.
Yeah.
I mean...
I disagree with the whole philosophy of it. I don't agree with resolutions. I feel like you should change your life in the moment that's right to change your life. You shouldn't wait till the end of the year. If you're feeling like you need to change, that's your brain and your body and the world saying, yo, man, you need to change. Get on that shit. All it does is like put stuff off, or it puts pressure on you to come up with one that you're not going to follow through on anyway. So if your resolution comes in August, brothers and sisters, it comes in August.
Let's do by the way, a Mount Rushmore of New Year's resolutions that we never kept.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So, but for me, New Year's Eve party is a lot like a hand job. The idea of it is great, but at the end of the day, it's usually probably pretty disappointing.
Yeah, like a hand job, you can just take care of yourself.
I'm saying.
Your arm's a little more tired than the other one, but other than that, you're good. So the only benefit in a hand job is your arm's the same amount of tired as the other one.
Yeah, but here's the deal also. I've said it for a long time. I do it so much better.
Like I'm a pro, man.
I'm a pro, man.
I started pre-pubescent. Like that, I got decades of experience.
Yeah, you're coming at it.
Got like 6 weeks combined, girl. All girls, you got like 6 weeks combined.
Combined. I had 6 weeks under my belt by the time I was 14.
Yeah, by the time I was a fourth grader. Shoot, man.
Yeah, so listen, just, it's nice if you want to get things started, but it's like a New Year's Eve party. Hand job is the New Year's Eve parties of sexual moves.
Yeah, I've never been you know what?
New Year's Eve party is this. You're psyched. It's going to be so crazy because all you see is those crazy New Year's Eve parties in the movies. Everything's going to be crazy. It is the fucking worst. Going out on New Year's Eve is amateur hour. It's amateur hour.
The only New Year's Eve party I've enjoyed was the Y2K one, and we did it at my house, and it was really small. And the people there I really liked too. And I think it was the only one I've had fun at ever. It was like me, a bunch of like young actors. There was like Rosario Dawson, Rachel Lee Cook, my wife, just girlfriend at the time, and like Dule was there, like just like the She's All That crew and the Down to You crew, like, and we just hung out and it was fun, and everyone was waiting for all the TVs and computers to shut off. And then nothing happened. And we're like, yeah, nothing happened as usual. And we just had a good time and party. But every other party I've gone to has sucked for multiple reasons. And here they go. One, I have to dress up. I hate dressing up. I hate having to look fancy. The clothes aren't comfortable. The shoes aren't comfortable. What?
Can I make a caveat to that?
What?
So the one thing I do like about New Year's Eve is you got to dress up, but you can dress up funky. Like, that's the one night a year.
Still uncomfortable. I can dress up anytime. I'm a cosplayer, dog.
But I like wear I've been known to wear like a pink or a purple, like velvet jacket on New Year's Eve.
I literally do that on like Thursdays.
Oh, that's
with
fun.
my kids. Like I have 3 of those jackets in a closet upstairs. So it's not, to me, I have to wear I have to look nice, man. Because Sarah goes to fancy, nice things.
No, I'm with you.
Not like, the pimp parties where you get to wear a zoot suit.
Yeah, but it's actual nice.
Yeah, so I have to wear like a sport jacket, a collared shirt with buttons on it. Oh,
out.
Bullshit.
No.
And I hate it. And then I only know maybe 3 people, right? And my wife knows everyone. And like we've established before, I don't like
people.
Yeah. I don't like going. I don't like meeting new people. I have my friends. I don't want to hear about your crap. I just want to hear about their crap and then tell them about mine.
Yeah.
And so I got to meet a bunch of people who want to have conversation. I'm never going to talk to them again. And then my wife will try to start the conversation. And here's how it goes every time.
I'll be the other person.
You're the other guy?
Okay.
So you just got to accept what she says is reality.
Who are you?
I'm me and Sarah.
Okay.
Okay, so right now I'm Sarah.
Okay.
Oh, Freddie, you're going to love Josh. Josh plays video games too. And then she'll leave, right? And I'll be like, and I fall for it every time. I'm like, oh, man, you play video games? He goes, yeah, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm
I used to play Pac-Man.
Oh, but you don't play now?
I mean, I'll at
No,
one of
the
those-
answer is no.
At one of the barcades, like I'll play like.
No,
a
they
Pac-Man.
always say no.
Oh no, yeah, no,
They're like, no, not since I was a kid. And I
Yeah.
go, oh.
yeah.
And then
Do
we have
you
an
play?
awkward silence. Yeah, I play like every day.
What games do you play? Like,
I play a bunch of games. And now here's what I would really say. I mean, if you don't play, so just be a bunch of games you don't fucking know.
yeah,
And that usually lets them know we're done talking about that. Okay, so here's another example. Okay, now you're a different guy. Because at this point, I've gone up to Sarah. I'm
Okay.
like, Sarah, that was totally embarrassing. You didn't even check. Yeah, she goes, well, no, his wife said he used to play. I'm like, used to play? You didn't say used to when you introduced us. She's like, okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So about 10 minutes have gone by, and I'm legit sitting by myself. And this happens all the time, right? And I'm like, finish. I'll have one drink.
what's the one drink you have?
It'll be like a martini if like I have to go to one of these things because it's the only thing that like numbs the horrible situation that I'm in. So I'm sitting there, and then she'll see that I'm alone. She brings up someone else, okay? And she sits down, and now you're gonna be Josh too,
Okay.
And or you'll be Tom this time.
Okay,
You're
Tom.
So she'll be like, Freddie, this is Tom.
Hey,
Oh, hey, man. Guess what, Freddie? Tom, he loves MMA too. Oh, cool, man. Oh, do you train?
nah, I don't train.
Oh, did you see the last UFC fight? Did you see?
No,
Masvidal
I just
and
watched the
AJ?
ones with McGregor. I like McGregor a lot.
All right, cool, man. I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah, is that how that
Like,
goes?
these are
Yeah,
these
yeah.
conversations, man, and
Yeah.
it's like she's always trying to get me to get. She makes fun of me. She just said this to me this morning. I was giving her a hard time, and she goes, "Oh, shut up! You have two friends." To my face. I was so mad. I looked at her. I go, "Well, I used to have three." That's all I could say. That's all I could say.
Yeah, man, but you know what? You only need two.
That's what I tried to tell her. I'm like, well, you go through friends like, recyclables.
Yeah.
And she goes, name them. And I couldn't. She
Yeah.
has a lot of good friends, man. She has, I lied. I was like, you have Brittany and Farron. And she goes through all these other names. And I just like hit her with like Donald Trump logic where I was like, you're barely friends.
Yeah.
I hang out with her all the time. No, you don't.
Yeah, but you're not really there. You're on your phone a lot.
She's like, you have two.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever.
We're not talking about me, damn it.
But that's why I hate these parties, because she's always trying to get me to meet new people. But the problem is, to be friends with someone, you got to have something in common. And what's she going to go do? Tell these like venture capitalists or these network executives, because they're the only parents that I meet, and the only parents that go to my, hey, you guys want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons with my husband? They're like, fucking no.
No,
We don't want to talk about
that's
that.
a hard pass.
They want to talk about the stock market
Yeah.
and politics. And I'm like, motherfucker, I got a guy that does that.
You know
Like,
what
I don't
else,
talk
man?
about stocks.
You know what else? And here's the truth. When you hit a certain age, and I don't know if it's the same with women. I can tell you it is what it is for men. When you hit a certain age as a dude, you're not looking for new friends.
No. None.
You're
You're looking to eliminate friends.
Let me ask you something. If you came home and told Sarah, I met a friend today,
Never
she'd be
say
like,
that.
what? Yeah, I met a new friend today. We're going to hang out. I met a new friend. His name's Timothy, and we're going to have some lunch. I met Timothy, and we were going to hang out.
Brother, it was almost 20 years. Those words have never exited my lips. Ever.
Yeah, man.
She said it like 30 times in 20 years. She has new friends all the time. I got no friends.
Yeah, but I tell Beth all the time, like when she has like, she's like, we're gonna go out with this couple, and you're gonna really like your husband.
Oh, that's the worst sentence you can say to me. We're gonna go out with this couple.
You're gonna love her husband.
I don't know the wife
Yep.
at all, and I'll say, Sarah, I don't know her. She goes, oh, you know Janet. I'm like, I've met Janet.
Yeah.
But I don't know Janet. We've never said anything outside of hi.
And you know who I know less than Janet? Her fucking husband. I've never met Tommy.
And now I have to sit there, and we can talk about the Lakers for about 6 minutes.
Yep.
Although in this case, the last case, Tommy wasn't a basketball fan.
You know-
I was like, you watching the Lakers? He goes, I don't like basketball. I was like, oh, dude, it's like talking to me.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this guy.
You know what's
He's
crazy?
a bigger asshole than I am.
This is when you know you've really with the wrong couple. It starts with you start probing each other a little bit just to see if you have anything in common.
Yeah.
And that comes to no.
That's the...
Right? And then you look and they're talking. The two women are talking.
Yeah.
And then you know what you inevitably end up talking about? Food.
Food.
Because food is the one thing. What do you order in a man?
I got the steak.
Yeah. And how do you like your steak?
Medium rare, bro.
Are you a medium rare
I've
guy?
had this conversation so many times.
Right? Yeah.
There's no other way to have it.
Yeah,
you gotta have
because
like all these bullshit.
You gotta be like, you know what I like to do? I like to take the steak and put it in some and mashed potatoes and eat it.
Josh, this will be a conversation that.
Let's be two guys with nothing in common.
Okay.
Okay. And are we at dinner with our wives?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be together because that's not how guys think.
Okay. So what's going on, man?
Not too much, man. What's up with you?
Nothing. I saw the Patriots won this week. I'm a huge Patriots fan. You a football guy?
Not too much, man.
No, not football.
Nah.
You a sports guy?
Yeah, I like more individual sports like MMA, stuff like that. Boxing.
Oh, so MMA and boxing is kind of like the same thing, right?
Nah, I mean, not really. They're both combat sports, but one you're only allowed 2 points of contact, and the other one you're allowed 8. So it's pretty different. And you're allowed to wrestle and grapple in MMA.
Right, but like it's still fighting, so it's like
Yeah, it's the same thing.
yeah, man.
It's the
So
same thing.
yeah, and you got kids?
Yeah, man, I got 2. What about you?
Yeah, no, we don't have any kids.
What are you gonna order?
Well, I you know what's crazy, man, is I'm gonna have you ever had ahi tartar?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've had that.
Oh yeah, I've never had that before. Is it like slimy in your mouth?
Just go ahead and get it, man. Give it a shot. You know, I don't know what you like. I never fucking met you in my life. It's the worst, Josh.
Yeah, dude.
It's
That is
horrible.
the conversation. But you have to keep that up for an hour.
And then, of course, more than an hour. Let's say an hour 20, and I'm being nice. Okay?
I tap out at 60 minutes.
All right, so let's just say 60 minutes now. And I've never asked you this. We don't prep anything on this show, as everyone knows. What's the first thing your wife says when you guys get in the car and go home? What's the first thing she says to you after these horrible dinners?
That was fun. Did you like Tom?
Or you guys seem to get along really well.
He really liked you.
Yeah, and she'll say this to me, and I'll look at her, and I'll be like, Sarah? And it's always the same 2 words. Never again.
You know what?
She's like, we're never going out with them again? Never again.
When Beth says to me, you guys seem to really like each other, I always say, well, what did you want us to do?
Punch each other in the face?
Yell at each other about how miserable we both were staring at each other for an hour? He's having the same conversation in his car right now with his wife, and I guarantee you he's saying, I'm never going out with them again.
Yo, legit, Sarah took me to this dinner once. And this one, I pulled this move off because there were so many people at the table. There were about 10 of us. And it was a bunch of like douchey famous people that I just couldn't stand, especially this one guy in particular who's such a star clinger. Like whoever the most famous person was, that's who he had to be next to at all times. And if you weren't as famous as that person, you didn't exist. But if someone more famous came in and sat down, whoop, he was right over there. He was like that kind of guy. So I'm sitting there, and that's literally, I find them like next to Nazis, like the lowest form of humanity, this type of person. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, and Sarah knows I'm tapping my fingers, I'm checking my phone, I'm pretending to write text to people, no one, because I only have 2 fucking friends, so I have no one to fucking write to. And she's like, stop, you're being rude. And I'm just like, nobody's talking to me. What do you want me to do? And so finally he comes and he talks to me for like 30 seconds, man. And I'm legit, like, I'm gonna break the table in 2, okay? And it's steel. Like, that's how like uncomfortable I am. And he talks to me for like 2 seconds. And then he sees Sarah sitting next to him, and he's like, oh, my God, Buffy. And he sits next to her, and I literally go, hey, I got to take this call. It's really important. There's no phone in my hand. It's legit in my pocket. I go, I got to. And Sarah just goes, uh-huh. Josh.
How long were you gone?
I went to the bar. I watched the entire Laker game from the second quarter till the end of the game.
Oh, I love that.
Never went back.
I love that.
Never went back. We were in the car, and she was like, you just can't leave like that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I just did.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to happen the next time you invite me to something this friggin' horrible, because that sucks. Like, I don't want to be there. They don't want me there. I'm the exact opposite of what they're looking for. I don't gossip about anyone, and that's all anybody wanted to talk about. What am I supposed to do?
You know what I find interesting?
Jump out a window or go watch the Lakers?
Let's delve into something a little bit. You know what I find really interesting? And let's just use high school reunions as an example.
Never been to one, refused to go, but okay.
Or your cousin's wedding.
Okay.
Here's the deal. When you invite me to your cousin's wedding or your high school reunion, to me, that's a fuck you to me.
Yeah, I don't go.
Because here's the deal. One, I don't, let's be honest. Let's take the reunion. Do I want to sit at a table with a bunch of other people talking about shit that happened when I wasn't there? You should go and reminisce. But to invite me is a dick move. I'm never going to see these people again. I don't give a fuck about your stories. And I don't
hate
understand.
getting the invites. I hate it. I've never been to a reunion.
I've gone to my own. I'm talking about going to somebody else.
I had a bro in high school. He's one of my two friends. So I didn't have nothing to go back. So I've never been. And legit, I'm not lying. I've been to one wedding with Sarah in 20 years. That wasn't ours.
Why do I go to your cousin's? Look.
I'll never go.
Go hang out with your friends and your family.
Dance with whoever you want, baby.
Yeah, man.
I ain't going to be there.
But we should stop torturing each other with this shit.
And don't torture your significant other.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't want to go.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't make them suffer.
No.
Me, I'm a jerk. It's easy for me to say no. You've known that since Jump Street, right? You were super nice, and you wouldn't say no to nobody. And now you actually hit them with some no's.
Oh, yeah, dude. You've really helped me out with that.
But no. You've made me say yes more than I've ever said.
You ate mayonnaise. Yeah, you ate some mayonnaise, bro.
No, just say mayo, bro. Please. If you say the whole word.
But when I say mayo, you know what I think of?
That's better.
You know what I think?
OJ Mayo?
No, I think of the dude from The White Shadow.
That's okay.
Man, by the way.
That's better for me.
Low-key, most underrated show of all time.
By the way, low-key, you just let everyone know how old you are again.
That's fine.
All right.
I fuck with some Ken Reeves. Fuck you. I'm on board with that.
Man, I'm not against you.
Not you, to the people out there. Yeah, you got a problem with Ken Reeves? Come get some. Come get some on that White Shadow and that mayo. Get some.
If you were like a dude that I had to have dinner with and they would just say wild shit like that, I'd be like, this is my fucking guy. Like, he's crazy. He's pissed. He doesn't want to be here. So he's going to talk about whatever. And I could do that.
Yeah.
But these guys are straight-laced, man. Like, I'm sure they're nice guys, man. I don't know them, so I can't say they're good or bad.
Are you ever in a situation where it's more of the person sitting in front of you who is the plus one for that other is more of a fan? So they're excited to be standing and sitting in front of you.
You got to remember, most of these dudes, their girl drugged them to see my movies.
Yeah.
So they already have like a built-in hate for your boy, right? Like I'm the one that made him go. Like, you could have said no. Get a girl who's into goth movies. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
So they're never a fan of mine, right? And most of the time, what I hear is, "Wow, dude, you're way cooler than I expected," which is kind of like going, "Thanks, bro."
Yeah.
You thought I was fucking loser.
Yeah.
All right. So it's another reason why I don't like meeting new people, but. I'm telling you, man, I have to do it all the time. There's like one dad I get along with at my kid's school. His name's Mike. He's super funny and awkward, just like me, and hates being there. And so we're just honest and straight up about it. And we bonded on that. But he's the only dad like I've ever really clicked with. Everyone else, there's always these awkward silences after they go, "Oh, what are you into?" Because I have to answer the question.
Yeah.
I can't say nothing.
Yeah.
And punch him in his chest.
Yeah.
Get out of the way. So I go, yeah, man, I'm into, Dungeons and Dragons and jiu-jitsu and post-Renaissance art, trying to throw that in there to show some culture, but they ain't even into that.
Nah.
So I'm just
if you told me post-Renaissance art, if you were
they'll be like, Cezanne? I'm like, nah, that's Renaissance, but okay. But
do you mean like the stuff at the Renaissance Castle? Like
no,
at the
not
Renaissance Fair?
But those are cool too, man. Shout out to
We went to a Renaissance Fair once, right?
They're cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
You ever seen someone get tomatoed?
Yes.
Yo, that shit I was not expecting. They had a guy in character commit like a crime. He robbed a fruit cart.
Yeah.
And it was like this, like a flash mob, but they acted a scene in front of all the people who were there, and I was one of the people there. And I'm like, what's going on? Before it took me a second, and then this terrible British accent. He was like, "Oi, halt right there!" And they took him down, and then they put him in the thing where your hands and your head stick out.
Good stuff.
They let the people throw tomatoes in his face.
Good stuff, man.
I even joked him. I didn't get him. I joked him.
Yo, let me tell you something. Here's two things I loved about the Renaissance Fair. One, the biggest turkey legs I have ever seen. Legit. Yeah. I was like, oh, you could club somebody over the head with this motherfucker. Yeah. But let me tell you what my favorite part of the Renaissance Fair. Guys, I love it. What I tell you when I went to that Star Wars, when you were doing the Star Wars convention in Orlando.
Yeah.
What I tell you, the thing that I loved the most about it was how into it people were.
Oh, yeah, bro.
I love it when you are passionate about something and you are into it. When you are like, look, I know I'm not in Star Wars, but this weekend I am.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And you get to be that person.
I love that.
That's what cosplay does.
So we're at the Renaissance Fair. And dude, they're into it.
Yeah.
An airplane flew over. My man straight up looked up at the sky
Dragon.
and started screaming dragon.
You're damn right he did.
And he was like, dragon!
No,
dragon! And people started taking cover. I'm like, get the fuck out of
So
here.
this is like an actual thing at all Renaissance fairs that are and it's kind of like a rule that you treat it as such.
Yeah.
So I got invited to one a long time ago. This actor that I worked with a bunch, he was a LARPer, and he invited me to this Renaissance fair. And I was into it, but I wasn't at the level they were at, right? And they were having a legit LARP battle. LARPing means live action role playing. And they had like bean bags from like cornhole, and those were the spells. So if you got hit with one, whatever spell he yelled, ice spell, you were frozen. Fire spell, you took damage, you had to limp. Like all these things. He had a quicksand one, which made you move slower.
How many beanbags did he have?
He had a bag full of bean bags, like a sorcerer's pouch, right? And so I showed up late. I didn't have like a sword or anything. So I was like, I'll be like a fighting monk, like a hand-to-hand fighting monk. I don't want to say the actor's name because I don't want to blow him up. Because I got asked not to come back. But so we're on opposite teams and they're throwing spells and stuff. This fucking guy hits me with a beanbag, and he goes, fire spell. And he throws his beam at it, hits me in the shoulder, right? And I don't really know what to do. And he's like, your right arm has been rendered useless. And I go, all right. But he's still like a little further than you are. So I just ran up and tackled him and grabbed him and I subbed him out, right? And just did a one-arm choke, took his back because he turned over and he's like struggling in the fight. And I grabbed him, tap out, like full jiu-jitsu, right? Like, tap out, bro. And he goes, your arm's injured. I go, this is my left arm. I go, I'm not using my right. And he's legit going like, I go, tap out, man, and give me your sorcerer's bag. And he's like, no. And then finally he gives up and he yells. He was like, I give up. And I let him go. And he's like, what are you doing? And all these other players, including the actor, brother, he's like, what's going on, man? I go, what? I'm a warrior monk. He hurt my arm. I was trying to beat him. Can I not do that? Is that not the rules? Like, it's battle. You said it was battle. They go, yeah, with the swords and with the spells. And I'm like, I don't have a sword. What I was supposed to do? Just let him kill me with spells and yell at him? I did what I was supposed to do. They told me to leave, man.
You went full contact LARP?
But I didn't like choke him out. I just put enough pressure that he knew it was legit.
Hey, you know what I'm watching for real on Freeform or FX? Yeah. Full contact LARP. If you LARPed full gauge, full contact LARP.
Why you put it on Gauge, bro?
Man, because I'm going to see that. Dude, I'm going to watch some full contact LARP.
I felt bad, but I was embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like, so I didn't know what to do. So I was like, I must tackle him, like take him down.
I love that.
Otherwise, what do I do? I'm just a victim. Like,
yeah, what I'm supposed to just take
I got
spells?
no skills. All I got is warrior monk skills, man.
Yeah, man, that's hilarious. I've never heard anybody not get in.
It was in Los Feliz Park, right behind the LA Zoo. And they were like hiding behind trees and tossing bean bags and fighting with
Let me tell you
batakas.
One thing that I love that I saw once. And this actually was in that movie Role Models.
My buddy Tim wrote that.
I did it at Denny's near the Renaissance Fair that we went to. Just saw a bunch of dudes.
But eating Grand Slams.
Oh.
Come on, man.
Man, they had their swords by their sides.
Beards turned to the side so they don't get yolk in it.
God damn, when I saw them come in and sit down, I was like, well, I'm going to have to order some more food and watch this.
Bro, the guys with the rope beards.
Come on.
Like those big, huge gray beards. I love it so much.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wasn't ever allowed back to their little group, but that wasn't really Renaissance Fair. They were like hardcore. I guess they weren't even hardcore since they act like little punk-ass bitches.
You know what they should do, though?
What?
They should do that. But like Westworld, like they should do a real town. There's some full contact LARP.
Oh yeah. Okay, so these are the jousts. These are the battles. Okay, so check this.
Oh!
Ooh, that was fresh.
Oh!
So this is legit. I was talking to. There's a fighter who.
Did he just kick him in the head?
Yeah. So there's a fighter named Angie Hill who we both have met and we know. So there's a LARP group down in San Diego, and a lot of kickboxers started going legit to do these like sparring matches and like actual trained weapons like taekwondo, like sword specialists and things like that. And some of them have gone down there and just like yoked out everyone.
Yeah, man.
And then some of them really fell in love with it and started turning it into an actual where they were treating it with respect and having like legit sanctioned LARP fights where they're trying to hurt you, but not hurt you. It's more about victory, and you can say enough whenever you want. You can yield. But I've seen these happen before down in northern San Diego.
Yo, that looked legit.
That was a legit kick to the head. Like that fool.
That has to
rattles
hurt
your
with
brains.
that tin on your head.
Oh yeah.
Right?
It don't feel good.
No. no, it doesn't feel good.
Yeah, man. There's a show on History Channel, I think, called Night Fight.
Yeah.
And it's some of these actual LARPers, and they're trained with these specialty weapons, and they legit fight.
Yo, somebody came to my last show. I forget where my last show was. And that's a legit full contact LARP battle.
Yeah, man. And then they'll get to celebrate with like grog and not grog, that's pirates, with ale afterwards.
But they're running in and hitting each other with this. Look at, he's choking him out.
Yeah, they legit are trying to. That's why, see? And so my shit should have been okay.
Yeah,
but
man.
It wasn't this environment.
Yo, they are fucking each other up.
And some of these guys are big.
Yeah.
But check this out. Some of these dudes they're big and strong, but they're not in great shape, so they gas out fast.
Especially wearing all that stuff.
And the one I saw, this big guy just whooped on this little dude, and then one of those kickboxer guys got in there, and the bigger, fatter guy was already kind of tired, and this dude got straight smoked.
Really?
My man, he was doing the sword stuff and all this, and I was like, okay, all right. But then he turned with a spinning back kick to the gut, and he catches homeboy under the armor.
Oh,
so
no.
everything got pushed up and in. The dude dropped like a stone. Not even a headshot, body shot. Done.
You know what we didn't do, and we're already an hour in? We didn't talk about 2019 or 2020.
What do you mean? We're not an hour. Oh,
So here's what we're 50 minutes in. Here's what we're going to do.
we're-
Let's do a Mount Rushmore.
my bad.
No, man, this was a great
We
great
barely even talked.
This was a great podcast. This one was a great one. Let's do
What the hell did we talk about?
I don't even know.
Son of a bitch.
Let's do our top
Thanks for listening, everyone.
our top what do they call it? What do they call it? New Year's Eve resolutions that
Okay, that are never fulfilled, never
Yes.
to be fulfilled.
Yes.
Okay. Easiest one for me, as I've done it a few times now, learn a new language.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Let me just tell you
I'll
before
take
you
that
go.
off the list, yeah.
I have Rosetta Stone Japanese.
I have Rosetta Stone Spanish.
I have Rosetta Stone Italian,
I have Babbel Italian.
and I believe it's Babbel Spanish because I wanted to clean up my Spanish. So those are the three I have, and never gone through any of
I like
them
that.
for more than a week.
I like that.
Such bullshit.
I'll do one that I'm going to tell you that this was a couple years ago when the kids were still living at the house. So Caitlin was probably 18 and Jacob was probably 17 or 15, 16. And we're doing New Year's resolutions. What are you going to do next year? What do you want to do next year? What do you do next year? And when I said mine, they laughed out loud, including Beth.
Yeah.
I said, I'm going to learn how to build stuff this year.
That's even funnier than what I thought.
And there was a pause, and then they all went,
That's so cool.
They were like, there's no way you'll ever learn. I'm not going, no, I'm going to build some shelves. They were like, you're never building a fucking shelf. So there you go.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, they
Just all
laughed in my
laughing.
face.
So every year I say the same thing, and I don't know why I'm yelling at Sarah when I say it, other than I'm a jerk, but it's more yelling at myself. But every year I promise myself I'm going to get me an old car, okay? And there's one that I've been looking at forever. It's a 1967 Chevy Nova station wagon.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to put a Corvette engine in it, and it's going to be the fastest grocery getter
yeah.
on the planet. And every year I'm on eBay, and I look, and I find one, and maybe 3 different times in the last 7 years I've even engaged in conversation with the owners of these cars, and then I wuss bag out right at the last second and don't do it because I'm like, nah, that's money I could spend on the kids or this or that, and I wuss out every year.
You better get that
I've
fucking
wanted
thing
the
this year,
car
man.
since I was 13
You better get that fucking
years old. I'm 43, and I still don't have it, and every year I'm like, this is the year, and then every year I spend my money building stupid stuff like a pirate game table for us to play stupid pirate games on with ships that I got miniaturized that cost like $800
Nah, man,
each.
get your Nova,
instead
bro.
of the car. I already bought the other stuff this year.
All right. Next year.
Exactly. Last year it was going to be the car, and I did all the damn Star Wars shit.
Every year, I say, hey, this year I'm going to smoke less weed. And I usually say
That's what I thought the building stuff was going to be.
I usually say it when I'm smoking weed. But I've never fulfilled that one. As a matter of fact, I've increased every year. So
So the opposite of
the
it.
opposite has been happening.
The New Year's de-resolution.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I've done this one a few times. I'm not going to do it this year because I know I won't fulfill it. There have been a few times in my life where I've said I want to get a black belt in another martial art. Like I want to start training in another martial art, something that I haven't trained in before. And for whatever reason, as you get older and more set in your ways, that becomes less attractive, and you feel like, because you get comfortable.
Yeah, man.
You want to do the stuff you're good at, not
Yep.
the stuff you're crap at. And you don't want to learn new techniques when you have ones that work. But I've done it quite a few times where I'm like, see somebody on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, that dude's here in LA, man.
Yeah.
I could check that out, man. Like, I've done Tang Soo Do, but that's Taekwondo. Let me do it. And then I wuss bag out again. It's a lot like the car.
Okay.
Sorry, I had a stroke there.
Yeah, a lot like that. That's all right. I've been known to stroke out a couple times during the day, too. For me, this is not a resolution, but like sometimes you say, this year I'm going to do this. It's not like a resolution.
Yeah.
But I probably, since I was 20 years old, I've wanted to dye my hair blonde once.
Really?
Yeah.
You've never colored your hair ever?
No.
Dude, I used to do it every color under the sun. There's even like weird photos of me online where
I've always
people
wanted
make
to.
fun of me.
I've
They're
always
like,
wanted to do
"Dude,
like
what did you do? I'm like,
but
"It's
I've always wanted to do a
96."
blonde or just something different. And I
Do
never
it
have.
green. Strip all the color out, make it blonde white, so you get to see that, and then add the color after. I actually know how to do this.
Yeah,
I did it a lot.
but I don't want to dye it twice, right? Because it takes a long time.
Nah, man, the second time you just are letting color sit in there, bro.
Look at Gauge.
Yeah, man, Gage just knows what's up.
All right. So yeah, so I always wanted to dye my hair blonde.
And then you'd have the gray beard. That would look kind of crazy.
I know.
You'd look like a bad guy in a John Wick movie.
I'll
would.
take that.
Ooh, John Wick or James Bond? What? This is a recall to last week's episode.
Wick.
Wick.
I
think you gotta go Wick.
Wick.
Overborn?
Wick. This latest Wick where he walked through that house.
Hey, man, Wick is no joke.
Wick. And
Can anyone beat John Wick?
if
movie?
it's possible, Wick even gives less of a fuck about your life.
Oh,
than
you
those
cross
two.
the line with Wick, and that's a wrap.
Right. So those other two guys are, but this dude will
Who could beat Wick?
hand to hand.
It's tough, broski. I don't know.
Rocky.
Oh, Rocky has losses though. I
I
want
know.
to do that, but he even has losses against guys who.
Well, I'll tell you, if he beats him once, he's not going to beat him the second time.
you don't want to fight Rocky twice.
You don't want to fight him the second time.
You never want to fight him
No,
twice.
no.
Win or lose.
No. But I think Wick.
Sorry for sidetracking.
No.
Now I'm the one who screwed up the Rushmore. New Year's resolutions that we never fulfill.
Okay. Yeah. So I go with the dyed hair.
Okay, my last one, and everybody's probably got this one, but every year I say this is the year that I'm going to get in crazy good shape. I'm going to change my diet, and this is science, what I'm about to tell you. It's not just a dumb actor saying, I think that you should, vaccines are bad. Like, this isn't some uneducated opinion. 90% of your weight gains and losses is diet.
Yeah.
Okay? So, and these are physiologists telling me this, so I'm just sharing it with you. So every year I set up kind of a diet plan, what I'm going to do, and I say I'm going to do my prep stuff. I'm going to have 3 meals a day all set up so that I'm getting the right amount of calories every day. I'm going to train hard. I'm going to get buff like who? All the bodybuilders that I follow on Instagram.
Yeah.
There's girl bodybuilders on there that are way more jacked than me, and I get so jealous, dude. And the dudes, I'm like, I just want like a fifth of what you got, bro. But every year I say I'm going to do it, and I'm telling you, it doesn't even last a week. It doesn't even last 7 days before I've given the prep meals to the kids for snacks after school. I didn't even bother working out because I'd rather hit the heavy bag to work out instead. And if I work out, I'll be too tired to hit the heavy bag. It never has lasted a week, which is why your boy's always skinny.
So for me,
I get picked on all the time. You don't even know. I do. You should
get
see
sand
it.
kicked in your face.
Dude, I get picked on all the time. I get cyberbullied all the time.
Yeah, it affects you. I know it does.
It does,
Yeah.
dude. That's why I quit social media.
No, you didn't.
No. I just want to be a victim.
I can tell you, man. That's the one thing that I have never had an issue with. Diet.
Yeah, and you
or
work
the
out
gym.
all the time,
Yeah,
dude.
that's not. But I'll tell you, this is the last.
You're the one that's 43. I'm 53.
This is the last one for me. Ready? It's the opposite. Every year, I say to myself, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to box this year. Every year, I'm like, I'm gonna learn how to.
Did you not see the video in your special?
That's why.
Of the last time you boxed.
That's why I want to learn how to box.
Beat up by a teenager, bro. What's wrong with you?
I know.
And he liked you.
Yeah, I know.
That was him being nice.
But that's why
Imagine sparring someone you didn't raise and shelter
But
and feed.
I'm not even talking about sparring. I just want to get in there.
Don't.
I want to train.
No, dude.
I want to train.
I mean, there's not a boxing trainer on earth equipped to deal with you for more than a week. It wouldn't be you that quits. It would be the trainers like, dude, how high are you right now?
Pretty high. Let's go. You're not drug testing for this, are they?
You would frustrate. Yeah, I would love to see you work with Wayne. Brian Callum trains with Wayne all the time.
Yeah.
I would love to see you take the slot right after Brian 3 days a week for 3 weeks and see. It's not you that would quit. It's Wayne.
3 days a week for 3 weeks?
Wayne would literally be like, I'm sorry, I just can't see you again. I think you would drive him batty.
Is it three? We'll talk prices after we get off the air.
I'll pay for it.
No.
That'll be, you got me a macho shirt. I will pay for you to go just because Wayne beats the shit out of me. I would just love to see someone get over.
Oh, listen, man. You know that I'm gonna catch Wayne with a couple jabs.
You ain't gonna catch him with jack shit. But you will drive him mentally insane, and I just want to be there to watch him be frustrated. It's the only payback.
Do you want to hear the sound? This is the sound of me sparring.
That's the sound of the mitts that Wayne's holding that he's slapping the shit out of you with because you forgot to put your hand up and roll.
Oh no, that's just those. That's all just my jab.
I feel like your jab speed after 2 would slow down. I feel like it would be
make a sound.
Pop, pop,
yeah,
pop, 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 pop.
All right.
After 2, I feel like the reflexes wouldn't be there.
This.
Because I can triple jab. I have a triple jab.
Oh, man.
And that's not an easy thing. So you for sure don't.
I got a quintuple jab.
No. Doubles as far as you go. Just try to throw your arm out 3 times in a row really fast. You see how that was sort of weird? And
I just did it 12 times. It looked like 3, didn't it? Did it look like 3? That's why I wanted it to look like 3.
My bad.
But it was 12.
No, you're my bad.
Right? So
it's Muhammad Ali.
You know what I'm saying?
You legit just said, put your hand out. Did I hurt you?
Yeah.
You legit. I was the 8-year-old boy, and you all me.
Man,
and I walked into it.
From here on out, dude. From here on out.
Hit me all the time. You don't have any. There's none of that. A 4-punch combination from you would literally be pop, 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 pop. That's as fast as I think you could go.
Do that again.
It'd be a 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be a pop, 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 pop. The second 2 are fast. But that's all you got. 2 for sure.
Okay, ready? This is what it sounds like this is what a 4-punch combo sounds like.
Yeah, you ain't putting 5 punches together.
This is what a 4-punch combo sounds like for me. Ready?
I'm giving you, yeah.
Bop! 4 punches.
Because it was that quick? All right. I want to see you train with Wayne. You know he hits you back, right?
What? That trainer's not supposed to hit you.
No, if you don't block, the mitt's going to hit you.
Yeah, but he'll never be able to touch me. You saw how quick I was.
Yeah, man. I'm going to see this.
You saw how quick I was.
I did. You got him, bro. You got him. For sure. You got him.
You know what else? I'm gonna in the ring, I'm gonna do things like You're
gonna say it? Yeah. You're gonna have sound effects? Yo. Josh. Dude, that's so money. Please do that. If you legit are like if you do your own sound effects, we gotta live stream it. Bro, there was this pro wrestler. When I worked at WWE, we can close on this if you want. Yeah. His name was Vladimir Kozlov. And he was legit this huge, I don't know if he was Russian, but I think he was this huge Russian dude. He's not there anymore. Now he's in John Wick movies, basically. He plays the humongous heavy in all these movies now. But he was a legit martial artist, and he used to be like a bagman for the whatever country he was from, mob, right? And I had to work with him. And I'm like, man, he's always so nice to me. These stories y'all tell me are so scary. So I even asked him one time, I was like, yo, did you have to do shady stuff, like beat dudes up? And he looks me in the eyes and goes, legit, he goes, a little bit.
Oh,
and so I was like, I'm never giving this dude a note ever. I'm like, great job, Vladimir. You're the man, right? So he's in a match, and I was on headset, right, with Vince sitting next to me. And I keep hearing this weird noise every time Vladimir's like hitting the guy he's hitting. And Vince goes, what the hell's going on? What does that sound? I'm like, I don't, he's like blaming me. I'm like, what do I know? I'm not on audio. I'm sitting next to you. And he hears it again. Vladimir's beating him up, and he hears this, poof, poof, poof. And he's like, what is that, Kevin? Kevin Dunn's the director. He's in the truck, and he's on mic too. It's just the three of us, basically. And Kevin's like, boss, I don't know what it is. That's my Kevin voice. And Vince is like, God damn it, somebody tell me what's going on. You hear it again. And finally, I'm like, Vince, this motherfucker's doing sound effects when he punches. And you just hear everyone in Gorilla start cracking up and laughing, and Vince is not laughing. He's like, he's doing sound effects. I go, this guy's doing Foley work in the middle of the ring. And he hits him with his finisher, and on the finisher, you literally hear him go, now listen, the English barrier, this was new to him. Wrestling was new. So Vince is pissed, but we're all laughing, and Vladimir comes back, and he's like, did I do good, boss? And Vince goes, you did great. I've never seen him be this nice before. He goes, listen, Vlad, you don't need to make the sound effects. The slams on the ring will take care of that for you. He goes, you could hear? And he goes, everyone watching the show could hear. He's like, oh, so sorry, so sorry. I was like, yo, dude, he's legit kicking guys.
That's a great character.
Dude, he was money. It was accidental.
I'm doing that with Wayne.
Do it. That was Cincinnati Kid style. Right
Yeah.
It's a good boxer name, too.
Buddy.
Happy New Year, bro.
To you, too, man. And I've said this before. I'll say it again. My creative trajectory changed when we started this show. It really did.
Fuck yeah.
It really did. And so I thank you for that.
Right on, man. Listen, I didn't figure this out till I worked at WWE. I don't feel like I was put on this rock to act and to be in movies. I always felt like I was put on this rock to be artist friends and support them and put them in a position to be as great as I think they can be. And that might sound egotistical to some people. I'm not trying to say it like that. I just feel like some people are supposed to be more like guides and friends than actual professionals. Like there's a saying like those who can't do teach. Maybe I couldn't do. Maybe I was supposed to teach, or maybe I'm somewhere in the middle. But
you did, man.
You softened me up a lot, man. I'm still pretty damn cynical, but I got a lot more hope from the first time we did a podcast to where I'm at now. And I don't hate every human being in the world.
That's good, man.
Just most of them.
I hate more than I did before. Prinze the Wolf.